Joining me now is Michelle Salvatore. She is the Director of Recruiting for Quicken Loans. Michelle, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So as the Director of Recruiting for Quicken, I'm sure you have a lot of people coming into your office looking for jobs and talking about how you go about hiring people for Quicken and the right people for the job. So we're talking about getting more veterans back into the workforce. So what are you seeing, and how should a veteran make themselves more marketable for a company like Quicken?
One of the things that we're doing is allowing them to come in and work with us. We're developing a program specifically for veterans that allows them to take the experience that they've had while they were in the military and apply it to what we would do in the civilian world. A lot of times the resume isn't translatable to us. That was our biggest challenge when we started hiring veterans and really putting a focus on it, is that we couldn't translate what the resume said into what we needed them to do. And so we hired a veteran recruiter who served 24 years in the Air Force, and he was really the catalyst to help us try to understand those resumes. But once we figured that piece out, we developed a program called the Quicken Loans Tour of Duty. And what it does is allow the individual to come in and tell us what they want to do, what they've accomplished so far in the military, and what they want to do. And then we develop a training program around that, specific to them. One of the things we decided is that they've served us so well, it's time for us to serve them. That's one of the ways that we can do it. So we've developed the program around the veteran and what they're looking to do, and bring them in, give them some experience that other companies would recognize on their resume. So whether we hire them or another company hires them, it gives them the ability to take the corporate experience, put it on their resume, so that other companies can also recognize what they've done as well.
How long has that program been in existence for you?
It's about 6 months in, so it's still relatively early, but it's been a fantastic accomplishment. We're so proud of it, and proud of all the individuals that are in it. We're looking at increasing the population in that program twofold in 2014. So we're going to have hopefully about 40 or 50 into the program by mid-next year.
So when a veteran sits down in front of an HR person or in that interview, how would you say that the HR person values or starts to weigh their skills a little bit? And then what advice would you give to the veteran in how to successfully sell themselves in that kind of situation?
You know, I think it's twofold. I think that the veteran needs to be not as humble as they typically are, and be a little more salesy about what they can accomplish.
Sometimes those skills are very hard to acquire, though.
It is, it absolutely is, but it's also on a responsibility on part of the company, and understanding the value that you have sitting in front of you with this veteran. They're adaptable, they're flexible, they're driven, they're motivated, they're dedicated, and they have very, very strong leadership skills. And so to understand that and to know that they're typically very humble, it's your job as a recruiter and as a company to pull that information out of that veteran and really kind of know and understand what they can do for you.
Once you get that veteran inside the company, what does Quicken do, or what can companies do to help them succeed and transition well into that workplace environment?
I think the best thing that any company can do is provide a mentor and someone who has already served and is currently in your workplace. And they're all over. And we have them, and we didn't even know we had them. And to be able to provide that type of support, especially newly transitioning veterans, somebody who's been out maybe for a year or two really needs that support to be able to say, hey, this is my friend, this is my buddy. They get where I was at before, and they understand where they're at today and what I want to be today, and they'll help them transition through that. I don't think I'm the right person to help them with that, because I haven't done what they've done. I haven't been in the service, and so I don't know how to help them transition. So the best people to help them transition are the ones who have already done it.
What advice would you give to other, I guess, CEOs or hiring managers who are interested in employing veterans but maybe don't have the comprehensive program that you do at Quicken to get them in the door?
I think you have to start somewhere. Our biggest challenge was figuring out how to get started, and you just have to jump in and start and talk to people. Do a lot of research. There's a lot of great information out on the website. I'm excited about the new veteran initiative in Michigan. That website is going to be a fantastic resource, but you really have to do your homework and know and understand it, but then network within the community. It's a very tight-knit community, and utilize the resources that you have within your company, because you have them. You may not even know that you have them, but utilize them. And what we've found, that any of the veterans that we have in our company are more than happy to reach out to anybody within the Veterans Administration and find out where all these individuals are that you can help and bring into your company.
Knowing that everyone is an individual and has their own unique story, what are you seeing a lot of the jobs in terms of the veterans that you're hiring? What are the kinds of jobs that they're finding at Quicken?
A lot of them are finding technology positions. We have really and truly in every aspect of our company, we have hired veterans in. So whether it's mortgage banking, mortgage operations, if it's in public relations, technology, any aspect of it, we've been able to employ veterans in.
It's been interesting to look at, I'd say, over the last 5 years. You're really seeing this surge with companies, and you're saying your initiative just started even 6 months ago, of trying to hire more and more veterans. And are you seeing that more companies are embracing this?
Absolutely. So we had the initiative a long time ago, but we didn't really put a super strong focus on it. It was more of a, yep, you know, we're going to hire, yeah, we're going to hire this veteran, and great, good for us. And it was a, you know, we looked at it as that was a good for us, and we shouldn't look at it that way. It's good for our community. It's good for those around us. It's good for our veterans that are currently serving to know that they have an opportunity when they decide that their service is up and they want to transition into the civilian world, that they know that they have an opportunity. And I don't think that was there. You know, even if you look back 10 years ago, I don't think that the initiative was there. And so I'm excited about it. It's been great. We have a recruiter that we brought on board who is 24 years in the Air Force and just retired about 1.5 years ago. We snagged him right out of retirement, brought him on. He has been a dynamo in getting us networked into the community, and he's always interested in networking. So I would encourage anyone who is interested in getting this initiative started, reach out. We'll connect the two of you. And make sure that you have all the resources that you need in order to be able to start your initiative.
Yes.
It's fantastic. It's great for the organization.
It's great to see these growing opportunities
yes,
as well. Michelle
absolutely.
Salvatore from Quicken Loans, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.